Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. My name is Steve Nason. I'm Research Director at Parks Associates. I oversee our entertainment research practice, and I'm really honored to be joined today by Renato Bonamini from Content.
Hello.
Hi, Renato. How are we doing today?
Good, thanks.
Great. So if you just give us a brief overview, your role at ContentWise?
Sure. So I act as Vice President of Global Pre-Sales, which means that I'm responsible for all the technical evaluation of the technologies that we provide, but also for technical partnerships. So I work with the vendors that partner with us from an ecosystem point of view.
That's great. That overview. I'm just going to dive right into the conversation. So ContentWise is all about improving the customer experience, right, for your clients, be it an operator, service provider, anyone in the digital media space, right? So
Right.
I'm wondering, when your clients come to you, what challenges are they trying to solve? What problems, business problems, are they trying to solve in customer experience?
Now, customer experience, the biggest problem is really, I think it's split in two parts. One is customer acquisition and one is customer retention. The biggest goal that we like to support our customers with is actually being able to support them in the customer retention space. Now, your content, your service is really peculiar to you. So from our perspective, we can't help much on the customer acquisition perspective, but we can definitely make a difference on the customer retention. Now, what we believe is that through personalization, you can create a compelling user experience that will not only retain customers, but make sure that the next time that they have a choice, when they fire up their phone or the smart TV and they find tens of different apps, I think the latest count is like 1,000 OTT apps available in the marketplace.
At least,
and there are probably like 300 right now just in the US market. You have plenty of options. We do know that the big five are always the ones that are attracting people. So unless you're one of those, how do you make sure that people decide to use your app or your service when it comes to enjoying content? I truly believe, and this comes from, I think, the personal experience of everyone, that when you are having fun using a service, when you think that the service understands what you're looking for and the service feels personal, then it's more engaging. And that's a key component of making a compelling user experience. It all started with e-commerce long time ago. If a user can select some content in 90 seconds, they're gone. That was Netflix. Right. And then people understanding of what behaviors consumers had in supermarkets. So if you put all together all of the machine learning and AI experience in making sure that you can use the information that you collect from user interactions to provide back better user experience, something that feels most personal, then you have an advantage. And then you can create that experience that customers are happy and they feel familiar with.
Right, and you mentioned AI and machine learning. So obviously, you're a technology company trying to help in the customer experience. So how has technology kind of evolved to help improve the customer experience?
We've been in the data analytics forever. I mean, the company itself, I've been with the company for now, it's been quite a while. I think it's 13 years now. And the company was, we still define ourselves as a startup, really, even if we're 15 years old. We work all the time in analytics, which means we look at data and we decide what to do on data. Last few years, I've seen a growth in AI, machine learning. Sometimes maybe AI is probably a little bit of a hyper term. It's a little bit abused, but let's just say we use data to provide better user experience and to provide better insights to operators on how they should act. The latest part is that it's become more of a commodity. So 10 years ago, the space where we operated was the recommended engine space. That today is clearly a commodity. You can go on GitHub and find tens of repositories that will just give you the code to run it right away. That's why we believe that as an industry perspective, the role of a recommender engine is no longer enough. That's just a single box where you really don't have enough. So you should be looking at more of our overall user experience, personalization at all levels. We were the first one to pioneer the idea of being able to personalize the experience not only within a carousel, but also personalize the carousels themselves, the order, the selection, the whole user experience. Today, with the advance that we have from a computational perspective and the added capabilities from an AI point of view, we can actually do much more. We can go to the point that image artwork, for example, is personalized for the user in front of the screen. There have been a few companies in our industry that led the way, Spotify, for example, Netflix, that shown us that when you can do these things in the right way, you can truly achieve a better user experience. So this whole AI machine learning movement has made it possible for a lot of companies to start understanding the benefit, start building their own capabilities. And from our perspective, what we are taking is, first of all, more also of a consulting perspective. We help a lot of companies defining what to do, not just provide the technology. So that's what we call the X advisory perspective. But also, we still have, from a technology perspective, much more than just a recommender engine. Whenever today I receive an RFP which talks about recommender engine, I'm like, okay, we're looking at a request for something 10 years old. So guys, really, we should look at something more. So people, I think users are expected to find functionalities that were provided by recommender engines 10 years ago. As an industry, we should look into what's next from our perspective.
I think that's a great way to wrap up. Really appreciate all your perspectives today, Renato. Thanks so much.
Thank you.